Hello guys, today we want to tell you about our discussion. But first of all, we want to introducing ourselves. My name is Atira Rizky Bunai.
My name is Muhammad Faris Kaizar.
My name is Panandra Panggana.
My name is Fadil Muhammad Ayat.
My name is Albert Probo.
My name is Mikhail Wirundani.
Okay guys, enjoy.
Question R17. Print out the header of an email message you have recently received. How many received header lines are there? Analyze each of the header lines in the message. Analyzing received headers in an email. Each received header in an email shows a mail server that processed it to analyze. Open the email and view full headers. Count the received lines. Read from bottom to top to trace the email's path. Like the example, received from mail.example.com by mx.google.com. Received from smtp.example.org by mail.example.com. This email has 3 received headers, meaning it passed through 3 servers before reaching your inbox. And the question number R18. What is the hole blocking issues in HTTP /1.1? How does HTTP /2 attempt to solve it? Hole blocking in HTTP 1.1 and HTTP /2. Blocking requests are processed frequently. Slow request blocks other, causing delays. HTTP/2 solution use multiplexing where multiple requests are sent and processed in parallel over one TCP connection. Limitations: while HTTP/2 removes HTTP level hole blocking, TCP level hole blocking still exists. HTTP/3 with QUIC fix this by replacing TCP. Okay, the next question is R19. It is possible for organization web server and mail server to have the same allies. However, they must be disguised by their respective DNS record types and protocols. DMX or mail exchange record is the DNS record type that specific the host name of the mail server responsible for receiving email. Yes, a web server and mail server can share the same allies, but DNS distinguishes them using different record types. Conclusion: A or C name records for a web service, MX records for email routing. Okay, the next question is R20. Email headers contain metadata about the email's path from sender to recipient. This includes timestamps, mail servers involved, and sometimes the sender's IP address. First, email sent from edu address. If the senders use their university mail server, the originating IP address might appear in recipient header. Some universities mask the sender's IP by routing mail through a central mail server. 2. Email sent from a Gmail account. Gmail hides the sender's IP address for privacy. Instead, Gmail's header typical show Google's mail servers. Conclusion: A. Edu email may expose the sender's IP depending on university policy. Gmail email does not reveal the sender's IP due to Google's privacy mission. You can inspect email headers in most email clients by selecting View Source or Show Original. Thank you.
I want answer for the question P11. A. Do the parallel connection help him get web page more quickly? Why or why not? For the answer is yes. Bobby parallel connection help him get web page more quickly. And why? Non-persistent HTTP means that each HTTP request and require a new TCP connection, which can introduce latency due to the connection setup and shutdown for each request. In the case of Bob using parallel instance of non-participant HTTP, we can only multiple TCP connection at the same time. For example, if a web page has multiple objects, Bob can download the simulation, recording the overall time taken to load the page. And for question B, if all 5 users open 5 parallel instances of non-participant HTTP, then would both parallel connections still be beneficial? Why or why not? For the answer is no. Moving parallel connection will no longer provide a significant advance in this case. Here's why. If all 5 users open 5 parallel instances of non-participant HTTP, then Bob is essentially competing with 4 other users, each also using multiple parallel connections. This leads to a shared bandwidth situation since there are only so much available bandwidth. The increased number of connections will cause congestion. One answer for the question P12. 1. Python TCP server program. Because this is a simple TCP server that listens for client connection and presses the incoming data to the console. 2. Configure browser to use the proxy. You can set the proxy server in your browser and you can make sure the server is running. And number 3. Conditional get require and change. When your browser sends a get requires, is make use conditional requires is checking is enabled. Number 4. You can testing the server. And number 5. This is for example output. When you open a web page using the browser configured with your proxy server, you should see something like and picture C. A. Sending all video frame first, no interplay. The 200 video frame are sent first and we takes 200 frame times. Then the 15 image frame are sent taking 50 additional frame time. Total frame time is 200 plus 50 is 250. And B. Interplaying frame. Interplaying means distributing frame for the video and image together instead of sending all video frame first. Suppose one video frame and one image frame are sent alternately. However, since there are 4 more video frame, image frame will be complete relatively early. If we interplay for every 200 video frame, we must also send 50 image frame. The last image frame will be sent at frame time 50, and the video frame will continue sending until frame time 200. The frame time is 200. Okay, next answer to 14. Sign HTTP or true prioritization is used, and images are priorities of the video. The transmission order follows these rules equals. Number 1, images are sent before the video start. Number 2, the first image is sent before the second before the third, etc. Understanding frame transmission equals. Each image must be fully transmitted before the next one begins. If each image takes on frame time to send, the first image will be sent in frame time. Number 1, the second image can only start after the first image is completely sent. The second image will start sending in frame time 2, meaning on frame time is needed before the second image starts transmission. Next question. Between mail from equals in SMTP and from equals in the email message either lies in the purpose and function within the email transmission process. Number 1, mail from equals in SMTP or envelope sender. So this comment is part of the CMTP or simple mail transfer protocol conversion between mail server. It specifies the sender email address the protocol level used for bouncing undeliverable message. Example SMTP session. Mail from sender at example.com. Number 2, from equals in the email message handler or display sender. So this is part of the email content or header and is seen by the recipient. It specifies the sender email address as displayed in the recipient inbox. It can be different from mail from. Example email header from John Nathaniel at example.com.
K difference. So this is K difference. So next, reward example. If a mailing send an email on the behalf of a user, the email appears as from a list to the recipient. If other reward bounce message, go to bounce at newsletter.com instead of likes. Okay, thank you.
Now I'm gonna answer assignment number 1. 1. Create a connection socket when contacted by a client browser. 2. Receive the HTTP request from this connection. 3. Parse the request to determine the specific file being requested. 4. Get the requested file from the server file system. 5. Create an HTTP response message consisting of the requested file preceded by header lines. 6. Send the response over the TCP connection to the requesting browser. 7. Return a 404 not found error message if the file is not present. Here's the complete code for this question. Assignment number 2. You need to write a client ping program in Python that communicates with the server using UDP. The client will send a ping message to the server and measure the round trip time (RTT) when it receives the pong message back. The client will send a total of 10 ping messages and print the RTT for each message. If no responses is received within 1 second, the client will assume the packet was lost. Here, a basic structure to get you started. This is the code.
Assignment number 3. The goal of this programming assignment is to create a simple mail client that sends email to any recipient. Your client will need to establish a TCP connection with a mail server. For example, a Google Mail server. Dialog with a mail server using a SMTP protocol. Send an email message to a recipient. Example, my friend, via the mail server. And finally, close the TCP connection with the mail server. For this assignment, the companion website provides the skeleton code for your client. Your job is to complete the code and test your client by sending email to different user accounts. You may also try sending through different server, for example, through a Google Mail server, through your university mail server. So this is the code. Okay. For question assignment number 4. In this assignment, you will develop a web proxy. When your proxy receives an HTTP request for an object from a browser, it generates a new HTTP request for the same object and sends it to the origin server. When the proxy receives a corresponding HTTP response with the object from the origin server, it creates a new HTTP response, including the object, and send it to the client. For this assignment, the company website provides the skeleton code for the proxy server. Our job is to complete the code, then test it by having different browser request web object via our proxy. This is the code.